I have to defeat one of the strongest opponents in the game. There's 150 spectators, and I have to confront my greatest enemy, Snapdragon. However, in order to understand how we got here, I need to go back to the beginning. June 11th, 2023. A story about revenge. It's a very bad day for the player base. Unfortunately, Snapdragon has become pay to win. The poor and the oppressed only get 3 chances per day to unlock Snapdragon Cookie, and Devsisters exploits the rich by forcing them to buy this package. Snapdragon also destroyed the diversity we once had in Arena. Speed teams are not able to defeat Snapdragon. One-shot teams are now mediocre. Any standard team that does not contain Snapdragon will get obliterated. Devsisters did this to punish players who did not spend money on the game. As a free-to-play myself, I want to get revenge on Devsisters. Wait a second, how do I get revenge? How is that even possible? Alright, I downloaded this ebook called The Art of War. It was written by this Chinese war general called Sun Tzu, and I'm gonna use a quote inside this book to defeat Devsisters. The first quote by Sun Tzu is, "If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles." This means that I need to identify the actual enemy. The first enemy is Devsisters, obviously, and actually the second enemy is Snapdragon. Snapdragon is public enemy number 1 and is the bane of all free-to-play existence. Also, this quote revolves around the word battle. This directly relates to arena battles, and that's when I came up with a really good idea. I'm gonna create an arena team that's made specifically to counter Snapdragon. I will destroy the Snapdragon meta, and this will be revenge towards Devsisters because they don't want Snapdragon to be countered. Oh, and by the way, there's actually no hard counter to Snapdragon at this moment. The Red Velvet one-shot team sometimes works, but sometimes it doesn't, so it's not a surefire thing. So in order to find a hard counter, I'm gonna have to do a lot of testing. A few hours later, so I came up with this team right here. It's a Stardust one-shot team. Basically, I replaced Red Velvet with Stardust. This is because Red Velvet and Space Doughnut are usually the last ones to survive. However, if those two are alive and the opponent's also alive, then it's basically a loss. But if a DPS like Stardust survives, then I still have a chance to beat the opponent. So I was able to test out a bunch of teams without losing any trophies inside the arena. This is because 3 weeks ago, I actually prepared for this in another video. In that video, I recruited a ton of strong people to add to my friends list. And when I say strong, I mean it, because a lot of them have Snapdragon. So basically, I kept testing a bunch of teams on them until I won. However, this Stardust one-shot team has a few flaws, but I'll talk about that later. Right now, I have to fight info tools inside the arena. Yes, you heard me right, I'm fighting info tools. In case you didn't notice already, he's also a cookie run YouTuber just like me. First of all, I fought him on accident because names are hidden above Master 2. Secondly, this is our chance to do a little bit of a collaboration. So the thing is, 10 days ago, I tried to do a massive collaboration with every single cookie run YouTuber. I kinda tried to troll everyone. However, info tools was not in that video, so here we are. Here are the toppings for the Stardust one-shot team, and I want you to keep in mind that I'm using full raspberry on squid, which is really important for later. And now it's time for the duel. Alright, that was a good game. That was actually pretty close. Okay, I need to point out something. Notice how squid ink kinda exploded at the beginning of the battle? This is actually really bad. So my solution was to use full almond on squid. This would prevent squid ink from instantly being killed by Stardust and Moonlight. However, soon after, I was hit with a huge obstacle. So there's actually 3 types of Snapdragon teams. The first one is a Stardust Moonlight team with Pattaya in the front. This team can be beaten by using almond on squid. The second team looks like this, and it has a 2-1-2 formation. This team is beatable by using raspberry on squid. However, almonds also work just fine. And the third type of team has both Pattaya and Stardust in the middle. Sometimes it's Pattaya Moonlight. However, the Stardust one-shot team sometimes struggles against this type of team because there's 3 tanks, which is why I decided to use Red Velvet one-shot team on this type of team. Wait a second, I forgot about something. My revenge on Devsisters. If I use this Stardust one-shot team all by myself and don't share it with anyone, then the Snapdragon meta won't get destroyed. And that's that's when I realized I forgot to look at part of the Sun Tzu quote from earlier. I need to know myself if I want to defeat Devsisters. And I know exactly how to spread this Stardust team to other people. I'm a YouTuber, so I'm able to live stream this Stardust one-shot team. I'm gonna defeat Snapdragon in front of as many people as possible. However, this is extremely risky. If this Stardust one-shot team fails and I lose to Snapdragon during the live stream, no one will believe that Snapdragon can be defeated. If I want my revenge on Devsisters, I have to defeat as many Snapdragons as possible without losing. Anyways, I created the live stream and this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna start using a point system. Every time I lose to Snapdragon, this number increases, and every time I win, this number increases. And now it's time for a ton of arena battles. Let's see if I can defeat Snapdragon. Wait a second, that's not supposed to happen. That's bad. Oh, wait, stop. I just realized I have a huge flaw in my plan. I can't defeat people in Grandmaster because I'm free to play. I forgot to take into account that I'd probably lose to them even if they didn't use Snapdragon. My plan was falling apart. I kept losing over and over. And then I realized I need to look at myself as a whole. By the way, don't worry because the livestream's not over yet and I still have a second chance. It may surprise you that a YouTuber is free to play, but here we are. And sometimes I wish I wasn't free to play. In fact, when I started YouTube, I used to call myself the free-to-play king. Yes, I'm showing a video from 11 months ago. However, during a 10,000 subscriber special, I decided to get rid of my free-to-play king title because I felt like it was a shameful thing to have. Anyways, back to the live stream. I failed to prove that the Stardust one-shot team, and the Red Velvet one-shot team of course, were able to counter Snapdragon. I could have just given up and ended the live stream early, and that would have been the end. But then I realized something. The reason why I'm a free-to-play in the first place. Alright, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna destroy Snapdragon. I'm gonna become the free-to-play king once again. The only thing to do in this situation is to keep fighting. So it looks like I won more than I lost. However, we're not finished yet because a 55% win rate isn't that good. So do you remember that opponent at the very beginning of the video? Well, they're the final boss. Just look at those promotions. And that Snapdragon right there is the one I need to defeat. If I defeat this opponent, then that means the Stardust one-shot team is meta. And that means I have defeated Snapdragon. Let's go. The Stardust one-shot team is meta, and I have gotten revenge on Devsisters. Well, actually, I didn't complete my revenge. I need your help. Yes, you. I want you to tell everybody about this new Stardust one-shot team. I need you to play a role in destroying the Snapdragon meta. And if you like this random video I made, then you should subscribe. Also, cause I'm poor. Alright, see ya.